I think that honestly, to me, it puts Cedric Coward right up there to me. Say what you will about it. Cedric Coward, if you're talking about, again, depth at the wing, switchable defenders, two-way players, you want to be able to shoot the three ball, that's Cedric Coward, right? Rebounds pretty well. He passes the ball pretty well at his position, even though you don't necessarily need him to do a lot of that, right? Catch and shoot, his athleticism that he has. He could be a lob threat, especially on the fast break. Like, not the lob threat when you look at it as a big, but he can be a lob threat in that. The upside is ridiculous. The off ball, the on ball defense. I think that, Cedric Coward now, and I know my boy B Minor, shout out to B Minor, because this is going to be his time to take his victory lap in the chat. You earned it, my boy. But if through what we're seeing and what we heard K.C. Johnson say, if those are the things that this Bulls team is prioritizing, Cedric Coward is right there to me, right there. Now, of course, there's some questions. And I said this over on Twitter. I didn't really say it here, but I am a little bit worried that the draft hype around Cedric Coward right now maybe has gotten a little bit higher than it should be, right? And that's just a concern. That's not nothing with him as a player. That's just typically when you see late people have this much hype, do they usually live up to it, right? Like, that's a question, and it should be there, right? I think also when you look at Cedric Coward, it's the small sample size. He's almost 22 years old. So, I get it, he hasn't played a whole lot. So you look at that upside there. I seen him recently. The dude has gotten ripped. He has used his time being out, the injury that ended the season early last year, and he has used that to go into the gym and put in some work. This dude is ripped. Physicality will not be a problem for him at the NBA level if it ends up working out, right? So, the question is that will all the things, the small sample size of things that we've seen, will that end up translating for him? And he fits that mold of switchable. Like, there's a lot of overlap, too. I think people, there's a lot of similarities between Ayo Dosunmu and Cedric Coward. Now, Cedric Coward is a lot more athletic, make no mistake about it. But I'm talking about as far as the play style, not necessarily the caliber of player, because that got to be proven. Like, he sits somewhere, honestly, between like a Ayo Dosunmu, Jeremy Grant, in the good things that Jeremy Grant does. Like, it's somewhere in the overlap of that. But I do think in what we heard from K.C. Johnson, now Cedric Coward comes right up to the top of the board, at least for me, as far as players that actually fit what K.C. Johnson say the Bulls are looking for, right?